welcome to episode 6 of the TBD Gaming Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Harry from Harry the Single Player Dad. Today, I'm very excited. We have, I think we are 2 men short.
2 men
Kenneth, unfortunately, I'm not able to make it because he has some personal matters to attend to, and Reddy is, I think she's not feeling well. So hopefully we'll be able to see both of them next week. So I also wish Reddy speedy recovery. I think it's food poisoning, so it's never fun. So hopefully she get well soon. But we are 4-man crew today. Actually, originally it's like 3, but Adri managed to make it. So fantastic, Adri. Yes, fantastic. I'm so happy that you were able to make it. So so we have 4-man crew. Aside from me, I will have Adri. Hey Adri, say hi to everybody.
Hi everybody.
Yeah, we have Reese. Sorry? Yeah, I'm so happy that glad that you're able to make it. What about okay? Hey, then we also have Reese. Reese, hello.
Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well.
Yep. And of course, we have the guy with the best quality of camera. Farhad is back. Yo.
What's up, everyone? All right.
He has the best one. I don't understand how that works, but he has the best one. All right. Cool. Okay, so as per usual, we'll start off with what actually we played. I mean, if you guys want to weigh in on what you played for the past 2 weeks, feel free. So we'll start off with Adri. Adri, what do you play for the past 2 weeks?
Oh man, so many. Actually, just 2 games. One is Stranger of Paradise, finally. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Oh my god, yes. After like almost a week delay from a certain game shop, I finally got it. Finally got it on Thursday 2 weeks ago. Yes, and then now I'm playing it here and there and everywhere with my friend. It's fun actually playing with friends that game. So if you
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, if you decide to get, let me know. Huh? It will be fun. It will be fun.
Hopefully in this coming week I'll be able to just try that and maybe we'll see. You get a good time to play together, something like that. Yeah, definitely.
Is it on PC?
Yeah, man.
Is it on PC?
Yep, I
Epic.
Nice.
Oh no.
Big games. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Then I bought Kirby.
Oh shit! Yeah, I think I saw it.
Friday releases. Yeah, I play Kirby. But mostly my sons play Kirby. He's 4, gonna be 4, but he plays it like so hardcore, man, to a point that
Elden Ring.
His version of Elden Ring.
Kirby, aka Elden Ring, alright. So that is what it is right now, and he's nailing it so far. He misses all the hidden stuff, but that's forgiven lah. It's his first 3D Nintendo Switch game, and he's doing well. He can finish some levels on his own, which is surprising. And
Nice.
surprising and proud. Yeah. So yeah, those are my 2 major games I've been playing for the past 2 weeks.
You actually be surprised at how kids are very good at games that we adults feel like it's a bit challenging.
Yeah.
Like my
true.
kids, right? My son, right, is actually pretty good at Fortnite. He actually win matches with Fortnite on the Switch. Yeah, he like just like yesterday. I don't know how he won. My younger son is like 6 or 7 years old. He's like suddenly I just went out and I see him like won a match on Fortnite. I say, huh? What? How does that work? Okay, so that's
He plays on what, Switch?
yeah, on the Switch. So I don't know how that works because I never won before. So he's either he's super lucky or he's like super skilled. So it's either one of them. or everyone just sucks.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go with Reese. Reese, what about you? What did you play over the past 2 weeks?
Well, I think I've been, of course, slowly trying to complete Elden Ring. Yeah, I know I'm taking a bit more time on that because I'm progressing very slow. But yeah, because I'm not good at that game because it requires a lot of hand reflex, and I'm getting really old. So, but something that I picked up my PSP
Ooh.
to play some some old games such as Final Fantasy, Crisis Core, and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's essential. Yeah.
Yeah. So and yeah, I guess that's just about it. I did uh, the Kirby, and I'm planning to get it as well for my kid. So I thought game was easy. I mean, but I think we are getting the wrong idea. Game is easy because
Yeah,
Kirby is imbalanced. So Kirby is like the strongest game character ever. So whenever you
yeah,
play as him, you destroy everything else. So so that's why you feel it's a bit easy, right? But yeah, I'm planning to get that because I think my kid they're loving that as well. So yeah, hopefully can get it by maybe in tomorrow or a Monday, something like that. Yeah, that's my week.
That's
Amazing,
cool.
amazing.
What about you, Farhan?
Well, I've only been playing Cyberpunk these past 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Finally got around to like actually sacrificing my time and seeing how bad or good the game is based on all the reviews. Like everyone say it's glitchy, it's not up to par. Honestly, the storyline is great. I feel like it's a little bit rushed, and they add Keanu Reeves too much to the main storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah, he should have
that's
just
sad.
been a passenger, but instead
one of the
he was
main,
the
right?
main character. He was
Yeah,
actually the main
exactly.
character. Yeah.
I heard.
So
I
it
heard.
kind of upsets me that we can't have our own path because we got to still follow him.
I
But
heard.
it's a
I
good
heard.
game
I heard
nonetheless.
that maybe from some article before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there used to be more. The game used to be much more free roaming. You can pick and choose your own
Yeah.
path. But
Mm.
apparently, based on the article, they say that ever since they partner with Keanu Reeves, they add in the main character, what Johnny Silverman.
Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silverhand, right? Sorry. So
Yeah.
ever since they but a partner with him, then they have to have to maximize the partnership
Yeah.
lah, right? Just then have to everything's
No,
nailed down already.
honestly, yeah, true. But I don't think it's Keanu Reeves' wishes. I feel
Uh,
like when they brought him out for the event, everyone was just so hyped about
uh
the idea of him being in the game. So
oh,
they decided to change the storyline a bit on that lah.
oh, it's
But
cool.
from
Oh, interesting.
what I know, right? I think this at least from what I've read and I played a time of it
Mm-hmm.
for game as well. I do feel that the story is actually pretty deep. I think
It's pretty
I
deep,
think
yeah.
yeah, it's one of those games that you can see initially. I would thought it's gonna be like a pretty simple kind of story, but actually
Mm-hmm.
there's some deep kind of message that the game wanted to present and stuff, which is I thought was nice. Lah.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's deep in a sense where all your decisions, like in conversations, everything has consequences, and that's why I love these kind of games.
Yeah,
So
I
so
always love those kind of games that are looking to what's gonna happen in the future, and that game really
Exactly.
bring that feeling where you're gonna be. I mean, we're gonna be the human gonna be being taken over by the so-called android and stuff. So
Yeah, cybernetics and stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
so
it's an
so
amazing concept. It's a good game.
it's just good. It's I glad you enjoyed it. So just want to know, right? Like,
Mm.
when did the game suddenly wanna lead you towards a certain funnel? Like, is it halfway through the game or like near the end of the game?
Certain. I would say your decisions from early on in the game
I
itself, after the
I
prologue.
agree. I think
Yeah,
it doesn't
right
take that
after the
long to
prologue.
it doesn't take too long to really be into the story because I think they of course if you're side when you're doing a lot of side quests and stuff then maybe
Mm-hmm.
you would find, but I think if you go to the main storyline it'll pretty quick you'll be into the main kind of
Oh
play
yeah,
of the
I've
story.
forgotten that the game is so
Yeah.
it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Cool.
only
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
around 28 hours of the main storyline.
yeah.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
side
Okay.
quest is where this game shines. You
The
can
side
really get to
quest.
know each character. Yeah, the side quest is really really great.
So even when
Amazing game.
Johnny Silverhand came in, there is you still have the freedom
Oh yeah, we do.
to do the side quest, right?
Roam around, yeah, to do the side quest. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, because originally, because I have not played the game, so I actually thought like,
Mm.
oh, it's gonna be like the Final Fantasy 15 kind of situation where like at first it's like super free, but then like everything is just go into that one funnel and then that's about it.
One
So
funnel,
that's
yeah.
that's what I'm actually worried about. So that's cool,
Yeah.
Keanu start pretty early. I think you can I mean you start drilled with him pretty early in the game, so that's why
Mhm.
you like he's like a final boss, a final person that you see. He'll be around a lot of one of his main story kind of right?
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing him a lot. Yeah.
Even on side quests, he'll appear
Yes,
and
he'll
just
be
give his
appear, correct.
thoughts. Yeah.
Right.
Ah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. I'm just glad that the game is more playable already. So I'm glad you actually guys enjoy
yes,
it.
thank
Yeah.
God. It's much more playable. Because when I got it when it first released, I was like, this game is horrible. I can't even enjoy the ambience and the driving and the weapons. It's
Oh,
just
the driving
all
was really bad. Oh, the driving was
driving.
really
Oh
bad.
my god, that was the worst.
Driving
That was the worst
I
part. Yeah.
recall that.
It's a fantastic example of just kind of wait for the game to like get optimized better before you buy
Yeah,
it.
it was rushed, lah. To be honest,
I
it was.
agree.
Yeah, I feel like it was rushed.
Being a gamer these days is hard, huh? It's like
Yamamoto's-
you get hype.
Yamamoto's code,
Sorry.
Yamamoto's code plays a big role. Right, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Sorry, which one?
So I'm saying Miyamoto's code is playing his
yeah,
role, right?
yeah.
Right.
Apparently that's not his code. I'm like, he. Apparently that's not his code. I'm like, but still, whatever lah. Yeah, it's hard because these days, right? You want to you know that you want to it's not good to like blind to the hype. There are a lot of times where developers and publishers they oversell. But then like you know that, but a lot of times like you just give in to the hype. Isn't that true? Right.
That's
so
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean like even I know that concept. I still have to buy in sometimes. So yeah. So for my case, past 2 weeks, last week I was really I'm still deep within Elder Scrolls Online. Still love the game a lot because of it's one of those MMO that very rare few MMO that can let you play single player, without really interacting with people. But then early this week, I got sick, got COVID, and I just don't know why I don't want to play like super complicated games. So last 2 weeks we talked about Hogwarts Legacy. So
Yeah.
actually what I did was I went back to play the older Harry Potter games, specifically the so-called the trilogy lah, 1 to 3. I found my own way to get the game. All right, I'm not gonna tell you where to get it because I also don't because there's no official. I don't know.
I bet it's on Game Pass. I bet it's on Game Pass.
No, unfortunately, no. Hey, all those games are actually owned by EA, and even they don't actually put their games, those Harry Potter games, on EA Play or whatever archive, whatever it is. So I have to find my own special means to play to get the games. So
Yeah, we
it's
get it, we get it.
yeah.
You dot.
Wait, stop.
Stop.
You can YouTube it, like just find out yourself. Not advocating for any of these. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing, especially the first trilogy, not the older or not the later ones. The fourth until the basically later ones, I didn't bother because I've played them before, and those are like terrible games. The first three are pretty okay, where you really get to explore Hogwarts. It's not entirely open space, but at least you get to uncover secrets and stuff like that lah. So it's the latest ones that they got too complicated. Well, they've even like become like Gears of War, like cover shooters. Kind of yeah. Seriously, you do.
Oh yeah, I remember that transition.
I think that
Going
was
to,
like
a Gears of War thing.
that was the last one. That was like the last one of the game. So that's actually sucks. But aside from that, I've been playing a lot of we've got Game Pass, which we'll talk about later. For PC, so I've been
Yeah.
playing.
Yes, sir.
Basically, I've been going back to some games that I missed out last few months ago when I still got Game Pass. I've been playing a game called AI The Somnian Files. I'm not sure you guys have heard of it before. So it's kind of like a visual
Which one? What
novel.
game is
AI The Somnian Files. AI Somnian Files, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
It was done by the
the
team
song.
that did the what 555 is it? Virtual, I don't remember already, but basically it's like puzzle visual novel style kind of game. So so it's done by the
Is it
same.
almost like Shin Megami Tensei game?
Sorry.
Is it almost like Shin Megami Tensei game?
No. AI The Somnian Files is much more visual novel. But there's no action. It's visual novel plus puzzly. So it's very linear. It's very linear. So like it's very linear. But the story is fantastic lah. But I have to say if you guys are a weeb, you guys will love the game lah. You guys love Japanese anime and stuff, right? You guys will love the game, lah. But aside
Yeah.
from that, else there's no action. But the story is very captivating
Mm.
because you're like investigating stuff that branching
The
paths.
murder, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. A lot of
Nice.
Japanese anime cliches, but yeah, I hardly play those games. And aside from that, one last thing, Dead Space. I've been playing Dead Space 2 for the past few days. That's
Oh.
fun. The funny thing is, right, I'm not really that scared anymore because I actually played a little bit, slightly more horror, scary games. So Dead Space
Mm.
2 is like a little bit, I wouldn't say sub sub lah, but it's a little bit sub sub Yeah, okay, that's all for me. But I can say that I played quite a lot of games, but I don't know, like it's very here and there, here and there, here and there. I don't know what COVID did to me. COVID did to me something. So, all right, cool. Let's move on to our topic. Um, so I apologize to the viewers first because the next two topics is gonna be a little more information heavy, but I'll do my very
Yes,
best
sir.
to convey the message. So the next topic, let's move on to Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass specifically. I think that's the official name.
Yeah,
So
Xbox PC
basically,
Game Pass.
yeah, on this Tuesday, actually, Microsoft actually surprise launched the Xbox PC Game Pass in the Southeast Asia on the 29th of March, so like the past Tuesday. And surprisingly, Malaysia is included. I don't know how, but Malaysia is included. That's surprising, but have to be specific. It's only for the PC version, not the
It's only for the
Xbox
PC version.
version.
Sorry, Harry. I would believe that I think Malaysia is definitely one of the market that they can approach because I think if
Mhm.
put ourselves on the map, at least in terms of PC gamings and stuff, I think for me
Uh-huh.
personally, I would expect them to
Mm-hmm.
do, but of course maybe slightly different for consoles, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
in general Malaysian are more towards master race kind of
Yep.
Yep.
thing rather than
Yep.
yeah
Yep.
those console kind of
Actually, actually,
Yeah,
you're right. You're
consoles.
right.
if I'm
You're
PC,
right.
right? Of course.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so I did expect them to include Malaysia, but and that's a really good move.
Yeah, that's a
That's
really good
It
move.
was a solid move. It was a solid move. Seriously.
Adri's out, but we'll see him back soon. Don't worry about it. Hey, Eddie's back. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's coming back in. Yep.
All right, cool, no problem. So yeah, actually, to anyone that just don't know that about this PC Game Pass coming to Malaysia, it's very simple. Just a very short description. You just need to like download the Xbox Insider Hub app from the Microsoft Store. Make sure that your PC region is set to Malaysia. Okay, that's important. Select the PC Game Pass Southeast Asia program preview and just follow the steps and you'll be subscribed. So I just want to tell you the pricing because it's super attractive. The current monthly pricing is only 15 ringgit. 15, not 50, 15 per month.
It's
15. Thank you so much,
50
Farhan, for making it clear. 15. And for the first month, right, when you subscribe, right, it's only 50 cent. 50 cent, guys, 50.
Mhm.
0.50. I should make sure that I say it right. Because it's a good deal. I tell you why. Because I subscribed to Game Pass via a US account a few months back. They still basically the first month is $1, but then right later on it's for it's either you choose PC or for Xbox, either one.
Xbox,
That
yeah.
is like $9.99 per month.
Dollars,
So if
yeah.
you convert that to USD to Malaysia ringgit, it's around 40. 40.
Yeah, it's around 40.
So
Yeah,
if you
40, yeah.
compare that 40 ringgit to right now we're getting like 15 ringgit, that's a big difference. That's like double. That's like
It's a
low.
steal,
That's like
yeah.
it's a really good steal. But of course,
It's really good still.
it's a really good steal. That's correct. So I kind of hope that because they say it's a preview, so I hope that they are able to keep the price lah. So what I'm worried is that it's a preview, so they might just increase the price. But who knows? We might be able to keep the price. If they keep the price right, then this is confirmed. At least for me lah, it's a
I
very
think
good
at least,
steal.
yeah. I think at least they're gonna go to up to like 6 months lah. If they're planning to change,
Yeah,
I
plan
think
to
at least,
change.
but then that 6 months is good enough. But
Mhm.
I'm guessing they're gonna go like for at least a year annual kind of stuff. Maybe the next round where they will just after they've
Slowly
really,
increase.
after they've identified the market
Mhm.
effect on that, I'm pretty sure they're gonna maybe devise some of the things. But yeah, I think it will be around 1 year, I guess, annual kind of stuff when this will. I think we expect them to change if they are planning to change the subscription fees and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
Yeah,
think.
but
it was
Mhm.
definitely a steal. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I think
but
it's
if
kind
they
of
were
like
to
Netflix, right? Kind of like Netflix
yeah,
price already, right?
kind of Netflix, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of
So
expensive now.
Exactly.
how much are you guys spending for the Netflix? I'm like, I remember mine was like 14.9. It's just kind of like 50 ringgit also.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it's 50 ringgit right now.
50
I think
ringgit,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got I think the one
Uh,
I got is like, is it HD? Not the best one, but it's like HD, but can like two different a device can watch. That was like I think 14.9. So it's kind of like
mm,
that kind of price getting. So yeah, so I pretty much tell you guys already like 15 ringgit per month and the 50 cent for the first month. So I want to get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think? Whoever wants to tell us, just go ahead. Whoever have your thought, just go ahead. Adri, what
it's
about you?
perfect. It's a great price.
Oh, how first? All right, it's great price,
Honestly,
right?
yeah, it's a great price with the amount of games that you get, the
Mm-hmm.
amount of games you can play. It's honestly, I don't see any downside to it, lah. Unless they increase to like, let's say to like 80 bucks or like 70 ringgit, then honestly, it's still worth it. It's still worth it. That's the thing, because the amount of games in the library that you get, it's a good,
Yep,
it's a
exactly.
good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As mentioned, I think definitely a steal.
Mhm.
Even if they just push up the subscription fees a bit more, I would say that it's still a good deal because you're looking at uh, PC games that are uh you would expect have like a huge library of it, and then I think you can just see Steam. I think Steam alone just can
Mm.
give you some idea of what is this. Of course, not maybe not to that extent, but then again, it's still you're gonna have like a huge library. And, uh, I would assume with this PC Game Pass, working together with Xbox Game Pass and stuff, you would see a lot of benefits that you can. I think they're gonna share a lot of stuff in terms of those offers and maybe those discounts and stuff. I think definitely gonna be something that they would want to approach, especially with the news where we're looking at Sony doing something as well on this as well. So
Exactly.
they're gonna push the line so that everyone gonna get the best benefit out of it. So that yeah.
Agree. What about you, Adri? What do you
Agree.
think?
Yeah, I think everyone else has covered up what they want to say. But what I would agree on also, like, uh, damn, if you don't have a very good PC right now, you can just buy
Yeah.
3,000. I'm talking to Reese right here. Let's get a good gaming PC and then good laptop or whatever, and you don't need to fork off a lot of money for the next gen games you want to play. You just
Agreed.
subscribe to Game Pass, and then you can test out how strong your PC works with all these latest games somehow. Especially
True.
when you have those Bethesda game like Skyrim in there. You got Doom Eternal in there.
Ah,
So,
yeah,
and then
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Starfield's gonna come up day one. So
Yes.
I think Starfield's gonna be one of those high tech games that people are gonna make it
Correct.
like a benchmark thing. So if you
Yes.
wanna
It's
test your
just
PC and how strong it is, even the stores, they can just subscribe to Game Pass and then play Starfield on their whatever PC they're trying to sell
yes,
and see if it works
yes,
fine. And then yeah, it's gonna be it's not just on the consumer side, but people on the selling PCs business can also show off that the PC is really good and the Game Pass can like everyone can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can play it. From the high end to the low end, everyone can play Game Pass. And 50 cents for first month. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe. And then if you like it, you come
Exactly.
back and spend 50 ringgit. And I
Exactly.
saw this
Yeah.
someone on Twitter. One of my friends shared this. Like, if even though you didn't get the 50 cent thing, right, and you spend like 50 ringgit for 12 months, it's still below a price of a full fledged game. It's
Mm-hmm.
180
True.
I believe.
Yes.
exactly.
180
Agreed.
per year. That's way below than a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 games nowadays.
Yep.
And,
Yes.
and you get all these cool games, and especially the ones that are coming on day one. Especially if
Mm.
you even in that month you're not playing, you can unsubscribe, and then the month when that game comes out, you subscribe back,
You
you
can
still
subscribe
get
again. Yeah.
more. I'm like,
True.
wow, this is crazy, man.
It is actually crazy. Yeah.
Is
can't believe it's it's like a fever dream at this point.
it's kind of like that kind of thing where like you kind of you can spend just throw money and then just don't care. I'm not trying to say like like money is no value, but it's the price of value is just to the extent where you can just throw and it's like it doesn't matter. I mean like some of your lunch money, right? It's more expensive than that. Let's just be real, lah. Because I know you guys like lots of you guys sometimes
It's
some of
lesser than a movie ticket as well. It's
Oh,
lesser
yeah.
than
Yeah.
Yep.
movie lasts you like 3 hours over the top, and then this one can last you a whole month, and then you have like hours, thousands of years of gaming in front of you. Yeah,
Yep.
so it's crazy, man. It's like, oh my god.
I guess
Although
still.
I do see like one negative side effects for this like Game Pass.
Mhm.
I know like there will be certain PC players who's like, oh, there's a new game coming, I want to try this out, and then they like to try the old retro games and all those stuff. But like people my age, some of them they don't really want to explore into other genres of games, so they will just like buy 1 or 2 games and they keep replaying it, and so on. But I feel like because of this Game Pass, you really get a chance to delve into what you like, but also something that you have not discovered before. So that's why I feel like it's an amazing opportunity to really be in love with games, in a sense. It's a really good opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's a good example. But basically my experience with PC Game Pass for the past few days, where if you ask me to buy, just now I mentioned AI the Somnian Files, right? If you ask me to buy the game, I most likely won't. You want me to buy like full game, even on a discount, I might not get it. But because of Game Pass, I will give it a try. And because of trying that, then only I realized, oh, there's a sequel coming. So then I'm like, oh, sure, I might get it. Let's see if Game Pass got or not. If don't have that, I'll just buy it when it comes out. So, and also gives you a lot of opportunity to play games that, like for this version of PC Game Pass, right? You not just get you can get older Xbox PC games, and you also get EA Play, which means
Yeah.
Battlefield. I mean, not talk about the latest Battlefield,
We don't talk about that.
Don't talk about that. But they have Battlefield, even Battlefield 5, 4. I need to double check. Is it like the much older like Bad Companies inside? I need to double check. But they have like mentioned the Dead Space. Basically a lot of different games is right there. So there's just so much value. But of course, I think I mentioned last time where the problem with Game Pass is that it's a similar thing you have with Netflix. So you guys see if you guys agree with me lah. When you have Netflix, right, you say that, guys, I can't wait to watch all these movies. I can't wait to binge watch all these shows. But at the end of the day, right, you just browse through and you don't watch or play anything. I'm not sure you guys have the same issue with me or not. I subscribe to.
I was just about to say the same thing. I think at least personally for me, right? I think time is very limited and
Yep.
stuff. So yeah, and seeing those kind of catalogs, right? You definitely will be like you're definitely gonna get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would want to play some, but eventually you'll just like to half an hour kind of stuff, and then you're gonna touch it again, because there's a lot of stuff that I think before all this game service kind of came in, right? You would like focus. Okay, I'm gonna get this game, and you purchase that game, and you just, of course, with the price of the game is about $100 and stuff. So you would spend so much time on it, make sure that you can get everything out of it, right? Everything out of the $200.
Yeah.
With the game
Yeah.
service kind of stuff coming in, the value is pretty. I won't say cheap, but technically it's pretty desirable.
Desirable, yeah.
You can touch every game and stuff, and then but
Mhm.
of course you're not gonna be spending a lot of time on it.
Yep.
Eventually, at least that's, I don't know whether Harry. I mean, I guess that's what you've been trying to say, right?
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that.
I
agree with
realize
that.
Yeah.
that our perceived value on gaming, right? Once subscription, it becomes a subscription, it becomes lower. It just lows. Like agree what Reese said. We used to like work very hard or whatever it is, right, to get the game that we want. Like especially like last time when we're small, we get like a allowance stuff, right? We save and we finally get the game that we want. We keep playing that one game until like the end of it. We explore the secrets, challenges, whatever it is, right? But right now, because it becomes a subscription. Changing games, there's no consequence to changing games already. So
Right.
like I can download different games and then see, oh yeah, don't like change already. Stuff. Yeah, just change
Exactly.
game. So that's a
I
problem. I also would say the problem with Game
I
Pass.
recall back then, I think maybe around 15 years ago, something like that. I think whenever we have a Final Fantasy game came out, so we would, I don't know, during my schooling days, I'll be basically saving my lunch to just make sure that I can get that bunch of money to buy Final Fantasy 8, for example. And I bought it, and I will consume it as much as possible. I'll do I'll do like those runs like level one. Sorry. This one Lionheart kind of stuff. So I'll play. I mean, I'll just delve into it pretty deep until my next game, which is gonna be like next year or something like that. So
Yeah.
so nowadays, it feels that the games are getting cheaper in terms of not maybe not the value, but the way that you consume it,
Yeah,
the
true.
library. That's
I agree with that. Yeah, the way people consume games are very different now compared to back then. Because back then games are so expensive. Like you tend to just really finish 100%. You got to have that 100%. But then I feel like now when you play, as long as you finish your main quest, you're like, oh, I'm done. I'm done with the game. Yeah, but to me,
backlog.
that's
You
not
have
the
like
case.
1,000 of backlog. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do all the side quests, all the like
Yep.
stranger missions, all these kind of things. They make the game great, honestly.
Maybe that's why they made some of the games not stay there permanently. Feel like
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yep.
but
Perhaps,
Yeah.
the
perhaps,
part of it you
perhaps.
feel
Push
like
you.
you have value. I can see like all the FF all not are no longer here except for 10 and 13. Like last time there was 12 and 8, even 7. So they already removed that. Kingdom Hearts 3 used to be here, but now it's no longer
Yeah.
here.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is gone.
I know. I think
So yeah, so,
PSN, for example, PSN, they're gonna remove Persona 5 or something.
Yep,
Right?
yep,
yeah.
yep,
Oh,
yep.
yeah. I think
That
it's
is gonna
Persona
be a
5.
really that's gonna be like a big blow, but because it's one of the highly consumed game, right? So, but
Mhm.
yeah,
that
I
one,
guess.
the Persona 5 one is if you have a PS5, you can claim it as part of the PSN collection. So,
All right.
yeah, whoever just got a PS5 and then want to play Persona 5, but then that they remove it, then it's a low blow.
Okay.
But I have a theory why they remove it, but later I will talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I think overall, I think we all agree that this Microsoft finally introducing a PC version of Game Pass to Malaysia is a very good move. So just hope
Very
that
good.
they even if they want to increase the price, hopefully it's not so soon, or even if they increase the price, not that much of a big difference.
Difference. Yep.
So and hopefully they make sure that the games that are available are consistent across or everywhere, because I think sorry I didn't mention it, but I do realize that there are some games that's being omitted. I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the viewers can let us know.
Region?
But
Based on the region.
could be based on the region. But remember last
Yeah, I
time
think,
I mentioned to Adri, I say that I recall Back for Blood was in Game Pass.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood is not here.
So I mean, it's not to say I want to play it lah, but
Yeah.
I do realize. So I'm not sure, and I can't find any articles that mention that Back for Blood is like gone from it's like being removed from Game Pass. So it could be a regional thing. So I just hope that maybe in the future it's more consistent lah across all the regions. But even if it's not that understandable lah, but come on, Back for Blood. Like of all the games,
yeah.
of all the games.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's why
all
they
the
say 100 plus games instead of the Game Pass would say 400 plus or something, but then
Mhm.
introduces the preview one, they say 100 plus. But even then, 100 plus is still a lot of
It's still a
games.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still. I mean,
It's a lot.
it's still a lot of
Not
games lah.
complaining.
Still a lot of games.
No,
Still a lot of
yeah,
games.
can't complain about that. Yep.
Cool. Okay, so that's our thought on the PC Game Pass coming to Malaysia. Let's move on to the second, the third topic. Okay, this is another one. Gee. Okay, so let me just give you a context first. Okay, Adri's gonna say a lot of stuff here. Sony's basically Sony I think the next day on Wednesday, basically they introduced
on the same day.
on the same day, is it? Is it on the same day?
3 hours after that.
Oh shit.
because of that.
Maybe
So,
that was a calculated move. But basically, Sony actually introduced new tiers basically for their PlayStation Plus. Basically, I'm just gonna mention the Malaysia version. So
Yeah, yeah, sure.
basically, there's the Essential, which is the the current version of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they have they basically add on two more lah, yeah, which is the extra and the deluxe, which all these will be launching in June. So I just give you guys a quick overview of what are the three tiers lah. So we have the essential, which is basically the replaces the original plan. Basically for 1 month it's around 29 ringgit, but of course if you subscribe for 3 months, 12 months, the value will be it'll be cheaper lah. So what is included here is basically you get 2 free games every month. 2 free games every month. You get this exclusive discounts, cloud saves, obviously, and also you get to access for multiplayer. Right, so
Yep.
it's kind of like the Nintendo Switch Online, yeah, in that way. Then the two extra tiers, PlayStation Plus Extra. So aside from what you get from PlayStation Plus Essential that I mentioned just now, you also get to. This one is interesting because it's sort of like Game Pass already. You get to access the game catalog from PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, which consists of third party and first party lah. So they claim that there's up to 400 games. That's
Yeah.
quite a lot compared to what
Quite a lot.
Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass advertise. Because I remember they say they advertise it's just over 100. So who knows? It's just a matter of wording, lah, right? So when it comes to the games they did mention, I saw from the article they say things like Death Stranding, God of War, Returnals, the Spider-Man games, and also Mortal Kombat 11. So these are like big
Yeah.
AAA games lah. So that
Yeah,
is
AAA games.
PlayStation Plus Extra. Okay, surprising, I forgot to mention, is 44 ringgit per month for per month. But of course, if you subscribe to third month, if you subscribe to a year, it'll be cheaper. And lastly, we have the PlayStation Plus Deluxe. That is is 50 ringgit per month. All right. So aside from you getting the benefits from PlayStation Plus Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra, basically you get things like limited time game trials, and also I think this is what gonna bring people in. You get to get access to the game catalogs from PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation Portable. I think that is what people will aim for if they want this particular service, because limited time for game trials. I don't know about you, but is it that exciting? Limited time game trials for
oh,
I don't
It's
know.
similar how Nintendo is doing with Monster Hunter right now.
yeah,
Or even
yeah, I think
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
I think
game
people's
trials
gonna.
not so much really, to be honest. But depends on what game trials you're referring to. They were not clear.
yeah.
Because before this, we're gonna get PS4 and PS5 catalog games over 400 games, and then they
Yes.
suddenly give game trials. Like, for which one? Game trials for which
I
one?
It's not
It's
very
so
clear,
hard
right?
to
Yeah,
win.
you're right. You're right, Ray. I think one of the main thing that of course, aside from the naming convention itself, is very. I don't know why Sony didn't I mean deliver those kind of extra essential, which is pretty. I think when you look at this the premium one, which is the third one, right? I would assume they're gonna release this first party kind of game like what they do for Xbox, right? So those first
Mm-hmm.
party new games coming in, you'll be able to see those in
Yeah, yeah.
Game
Day
Pass,
one,
right?
day
But
one.
Yeah, particularly day
day
one.
one
Yep.
kind of stuff, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what do you mean. I mean, as what Adri mentioned, how clear is the way that they want to say this game trial? Is it those games that are first party games that they want to do? I think I recall Game Pass had Forza
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're
day
right.
Forza,
one
yep.
You're
release,
right.
right? Forza day one
Yep.
release, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yep.
that was one of the pretty brave move by Xbox when they said no, we're gonna do that even for our first party day one release, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
I would expect Sony to those kind of things. But I don't know. They didn't really made it clear, right?
Yeah, I didn't really,
Yeah.
didn't really make it clear.
Uh, I don't know whether the first party game would be able to get God of War, Ragnarok on the subscription on day one, something like that.
For
Which
what
is
I
I don't know
for
whether
what I
is that
heard, mhm.
game trial. Sorry, okay, go ahead.
For what I heard, right, that's based on multiple videos or articles that I saw. They say that in terms of day one, right, first party won't have day one releases, so you won't get
Yeah,
like
yeah.
God of War Ragnarok or whatever it is that's gonna come out. The reason I think from what I saw is they say that they are still hoping to rely on people purchasing the games, like
Yeah.
really like buying the games because they still want some sales
Mm.
from there. Then maybe
Of
maybe
ads,
half, yeah,
buff
like
lah, something like that.
half a year or a year later only they'll come to the service, the subscription services lah. So yeah, I mean in a way understandable because Sony is still, I think there's really like dipping their toe into this subscription thing, because I can still feel that they are not very confident if this subscription thing is going to be beneficial. I think the
Yeah.
CEO did say mention something like that. I think he mentioned before in the interview. I said he's like being concerned, like he has some doubts whether it's gonna be beneficial for Microsoft to, like, in terms of the Xbox in the long term. So yeah, I kind of feel that it's more of a dipping toe kind of thing. So that's why they dare not put their
Half
first
ads,
day one
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. They don't really they don't really want to go full blast on this. So that's why they
Yeah.
just testing ground and stuff. But I think, as I mentioned, they come up with this kind tiers kind of stuff, which got me pretty confused because if they're not serious about this, I think they would not go into like this kind of tiers kind of stuff. Of course, actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
of course, you have like, I mean, PS Now. Do you have like PS Now? I think would be one of the reference that they're using for one of the tier, right? So because PS Now is not as good as PSN Plus, right? So PSN Plus is
Yeah.
doing pretty well. Yeah, you can have like, I think, millions of subscribers on that. But PS Now, which is supposed to be the more premium kind of product that they wanted to do, it's not as good. I don't know, because maybe they don't really not being able to promote that in a better way, I guess. I don't know it, especially for a Sony kind of product where you don't really see a lot of those multiplayer kind of game, which Xbox had, right? I mean, Xbox, hopefully with when they cover Destiny, right? Sorry, not Destiny, Bungie, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh
Yeah.
they're gonna go with those kind of I think what do you call MMO kind of uh
Nutrition.
MMO
yeah, subscription
games.
Approach.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Somewhere.
those
Yeah.
kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really confused with some of the decision.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then of course I'm not. It's gonna be somewhere in June, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they say mentioned it's somewhere in June, sometime in June.
And the
So,
list is not
mm-hmm.
out yet, right? And we don't see the game list, right? So
Oh,
we
no.
are yet.
Nah, we haven't.
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
It's
just
gonna be like
confused,
wait,
right?
wait.
I'm kind of confused, right? Adri, if you can, if you, Adri and Reese, if you guys can enlighten me, right? What it seems like there's a PlayStation Now, there's a PlayStation,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
else? Before this,
PSN?
PSN. So
Then
Oh,
PSN and PlayStation Now.
yeah, what's
now,
the
yeah.
what's the difference? Yeah, what are they?
difference. Yeah.
PlayStation Now is the streaming service
Yep,
of,
streaming
it's
service.
basically streaming anywhere. It's like Xbox X Cloud thing.
Mm.
Very similar.
Yep.
So they give you like all this library. Also, it's subscription based, so games come and go and all that. But the Sony games are still there. So PlayStation Now is you can stream any PlayStation games from any PlayStation console except PS4 and PS5, and also to your PC. That's the selling point. Like you can stream into your PC as well and just play, attach a controller, your PlayStation controller, whatever, and play on your PC. It's
Mm.
almost like remote play. It's like PlayStation remote
Remote
play.
play, correct.
Yeah, but it's more like you stream from their server or their cloud, and that's why you see like in the tier thing, premium includes PS3 games, but it's only cloud service. So that's
Yep,
where the
yep.
PS Now technology comes in, and we don't
I
have
think
that one here. So that's why they call it
Mhm.
well,
deluxe
yeah,
edition.
good
Got
that you
it.
bring up, because I think that's still limited in terms of region and location, geographical kind of limitation and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so based on what you guys say, is are you guys like excited when it comes out? You want to get it, or you actually like right now? Do you like need more information? What do you guys think?
Need
Yeah,
one
I'm
more.
gonna need more, way more information. It's
Okay,
very
that's
Yeah,
vague.
cool.
Yeah.
very great. Yeah.
Like what
Is
would
there enough
determine what would determine is either a make or break for you guys?
the catalog? I guess the
Yeah,
game
the
Catalog.
catalog, I would
catalog.
say, yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
that
The
great
list.
game trials mean, what game,
Mm,
what trials, what game trials they want to give to us. Like, is
yes.
it like, let's say they're gonna give us God of War
God of
Ragnarok
War,
like
yep.
3 months before release,
Yep.
then
Yep. Yep.
then that would be something I would subscribe to. Or all those other games like the upcoming games. Like if you subscribe to PS Plus Deluxe, you get to play the game 3 months before, or 5 months before, or something like that, a week before. Then I think that would be worth it lah for that kind of price because you get to play early and get to try. But if they say you cannot transfer your save file from the trial to the full game, then that's a
Ooh.
different story altogether. But, yeah,
That could
it,
be a publisher or developer point of thing, right? Because Square love to do that. Square love to like do
yeah,
like a
Square
Octopath
love to do that, and
Traveler.
I applaud them for that. Thank you for transferring Dragon Quest 11 demo into the full game. If not, I would have to start all over again. I have
Yeah.
invested so many hours into that game in the
Correct.
demo.
Correct.
Yeah,
Especially with the game demo itself is pretty lengthy, right? It's not like hours kind of demo, right? So Dragon Quest 11
yeah.
had like some time to really delve into the game. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Square Enix is nailing it with the demo. Even with Stranger of Paradise, they nailed it with the demo a week before release.
I
And
think
it is,
Octopath did it. Even Triangle Strategy did it. So
yeah, they
they
did all that. The
promote.
Tiger
Yeah.
Strategy was
Yes,
three chapters
exactly.
already in the demo. They're very generous there. So
You
if
don't have.
the game trial for PS Plus doesn't do something similar like Square is doing, then I don't think I'll probably just stop at extra.
I think. Yeah.
Sorry.
Correct.
But then the catalog for PS1, PS2, and PSP is kind of interesting because PSP, they only have like one analog in their device,
Hmm.
and
Uh,
knowing that you can play this on your PS5 or PS4, I don't know how they're gonna adopt that. And since we're all gonna have two analogs now, so I don't know if the game will be playing better
emulate,
on
I guess. I think they're just gonna emulate it. I would assume
the,
that's gonna be the
yes. So imagine all the Monster Hunter games that came
yep,
out on the PSP with the bad camera. Right? We have better
right.
camera control now. I can imagine people, or even content creators like Monster Hunter content creators start playing the PSP games all over again over streaming services, over Twitch or Facebook or whatever, YouTube, and then people like get interested. Like, oh, you can play the old Monster Hunter games, even the first one, even on the PS2. The PS2 most hunter games, that one that started it all, you can play it.
One of the first. Correct.
Yeah, so imagine we get to play that all over again, and it'll be crazy, lah. It'll be nostalgia fuel. I believe the top tier
Yeah.
one is the nostalgia fuel one. So if you want to relive all your childhoods again, yeah, you
Yeah.
subscribe to that 309 ringgit per year and
So
all.
sorry, Adri. I think when you raised this, I was just curious to know as well. What about Vita? I think there's a bunch of Vita games that are
Oh, good
stuck in
question.
Vita,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, stuck in
PSP,
Vita, right?
yeah.
Right.
Quite
that's
hard
a
though,
good
I
isn't it?
know.
question.
Quite hard though, isn't it? There's like
Right?
there are a lot of games that were on
No
the Vita,
touchscreen.
right? Like uses the
Yeah, touchscreen.
touchscreen, the
Screen,
back
yeah,
thing,
exactly.
whatever it is, right? Yeah. So I don't know
No,
how does that
I
work.
would. No, I'm just looking at the idea where PS5 controllers, right? They have this so-called what you call like a touchpad kind of stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah,
they can
that's
use
right at
that,
the back
right?
and at the
Oh
front.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
touchscreen and
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I don't know. I think while I know Vita is not. I mean, haven't had some difficult time to deliver whatever they promised about it. But
yeah,
Mm.
I thought there are some good games that are very restricted to Vita. I think Uncharted, one of the Uncharted game, what was it?
yes,
I forgot. Yeah, got. I
that's
think
it.
that's the only way you can play it. And then I mean, yeah, I
Lot.
was like, yeah, correct. So I don't know.
The
Hopefully
Vita
they can.
games, the Vita games can easily be emulated through the past. They could have just added in as well because if you guys
Yep,
remember, they released a device called the PSTV. That's
yep.
small.
Mm.
You got that
Ah,
all
right.
day. And then it comes with a PS3 controller. PS3 controller. So essentially, you can like play all the Vita games with the current control scheme that we have right now, even the PS5
Yeah,
controller. So I don't know why they didn't
yeah,
put Vita in there because you can easily play that
Mm.
mm-mm.
unless they're like planning something else. Unless it's something similar like the PS3 where it's streaming on PS Now only, and
yep,
that's why we can't have it also. So yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that part. Also, this side, so they weren't clear about that part.
yep, exactly.
I guess
So
it all
there's
comes
a
down
lot of
to
unclearness in this.
I guess it all comes down to how dedicated they are, because there are a lot of games like Adri mentioned. There's like a lot of like PlayStation One, PlayStation Two games that obviously need to be optimized better. So it just depends on how dedicated they are to approach. I mean, if they are dedicated, they will get their first party to work on their first party stuff lah. But it's if the level of dedication also depends if they want to get the third party to push the third party to optimize it for this service. And of course, so I mean, at the end of the day, all this kind of services all comes down to content. So
Yeah.
what Adu say just now like, is like the content is gonna make or break this service lah. If Adu say what get games early, get some first party games early. So
Right.
I'm not sure. I can't how that's gonna happen. Most likely you're gonna get like kind of like NSO what they do with like Kirby and stuff like that. But even Kirby is like regardless of whether you get NSO or not, you also get the demo, right? So
Yep.
for me, I think the game demo, the thing is kind of like that. I just don't understand why is it like being put behind a subscription
Yes,
fee.
subscription. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's kind
I
of
think that's
weird. What I mean, wouldn't you want to like get more people to play
more.
it?
Yeah, promote your game, right? Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of that's weird. Is like Nintendo did it for
Yeah, it's
Kirby.
really
Kirby
weird.
need me. Kirby need me.
If you want to play Kirby, you need NSO. What do you call it? The expansion pack. If no, no way you're gonna try the chicken trail.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
You know.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can do it right. There's also a lot of ways they can do it wrong, lah.
Wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully they're not doing this just because they have a grudge against us and stuff. But hopefully they're
Yeah.
doing it for the consumer kind of perspective. I'm not sure how they would. I think financially how do they manage in terms of the developer against the subscription fee because uh, from what I understand, at least from whatever that's happening with Game Pass, right? I think
Yeah,
usually the ND weekly kind of sales won't be included in if you're coming from the Game Pass kind of subscription, right?
yeah, that's
You
tricky. Yeah,
yeah, so I don't know how developer are gonna get could I mean is it like if they sell the game individually they'll get more profit or if they go through with this kind of subscription how do they gonna that's another confusing part about this kind of subscription concept lah.
yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
I think they're gonna have their own internal thing that they are agreed around among the developers. It's kind of like I don't think it's gonna get a lot of payment like it's kind of like like how
For,
musicians they get like
yeah,
paid in Spotify. It's like very
right.
kacang kacang only. But then of course lah.
I mean, if you're looking at like indie games, right? I would understand. I mean, that would make sense for them because they are not they're not putting like billions of dollar in their game to develop those game, right?
Mhm.
In
yeah,
A game kind of developer, right? They're putting a lot of money into it, and then
Mhm.
they would expect the return to be concurrently with whatever they've spent, right? I mean, for the costing and stuff. Right? So I don't know how Game Pass would work. I mean, Game Pass or I think PS subscription kind of thing will work against that because yeah, I'm always intrigued to know how do they deal. This. I know definitely there's gonna be like a contract kind of stuff, but yeah, I just want to know
I kind
how
of
they.
wonder. I kind of wonder because when Microsoft talk to developers or publishers to include their game in Game Pass, right? They actually pay them one lump sum of money.
mm,
Okay,
One lump sum of money.
okay.
Yeah. So developers agree on that. Then they just put it there. I don't. They think they only get the first time the one lump sum. Then after that, right? The games are on Game Pass already. They don't get anything
Oh, okay.
else. So example, see, it's a good thing. It's good and bad thing. The good thing is that some indie developers, right? They know that I'm not gonna get a lot of profit from this platform. Then
Mm.
just get the game, just get the money, just get the money, put the game in. That's it. You know, I mean, like,
market their business. I mean, in a way,
yeah,
you would I mean promote themselves that they are the developer of this game
yep.
when I think
The bad thing is that let's say lah, touch wood lah, your game sell very well, all right, but you already received this amount of money from Microsoft already, but because the game is like really hot right now, you could have get more money from there. That is the problem, no? It's just it all comes down to how confident you are on your game. Yeah, it all comes down to that. But I think for indie developers, a lot of time, based on what I saw, lah, right, a lot of them actually they just take the chance. At least they take the money first. They'll take the money. Maybe
So the money, yeah.
yeah, just for first try. But then maybe if get very good reception, the sequel they make, the next game they make, most likely people's gonna anticipate it already, right? Then only they maybe don't put it in Game Pass. They maybe can sell it or something like that. So I'm thinking, it's a very good platform for first time indie devs lah. Of course, you gotta make a good game lah.
yeah.
You gotta make a good game
I
lah.
think it would definitely beneficial, as I mentioned, definitely beneficial to
Mhm.
indie kind of developer, but AAA kind of
Yeah,
developer,
that's
I'm not
hard.
sure how,
That's hard.
how
That's
they
hard. Yeah, so like like let's say Japanese developers on a Xbox platform, that's gonna be hard. So what if it's like a double A or triple A kind of Japanese developer, right? I won't be surprised if like they're just gonna put it there. Like is Outriders first day,
Yeah,
right? First day on Game Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a triple A, I would assume. So, but I
Yeah,
think
I
that
agree.
but I think it comes down to how confident is. I think Square, right? Is it Square Enix? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think even they look at the game, right? They know like, yeah, we're just gonna get the money, and then that's about it. Yeah, you see, it just comes down to level of confidence.
That's true.
Yeah. So
You
let's
notice
just. Mhm.
Square, right? If you notice, all their games are they don't put their day one their latest release in Game Pass or day one, but they put like all the games that just came out and the non-confidence one like Marvel Avengers,
Yeah.
Outriders, now the recently Guardians of the Galaxy. Even though it won awards, but to them, I read a report that it didn't met expectations for sales for Guardians of the Galaxy, even though it was a very good game and it won like multiple awards for the story, but the sales wasn't. So they just like, okay, we put it to Game Pass now. Like it came out like no, October last year, and now it just came out like last month. And yeah, you can see like Square already like yeah, let's put whatever games that didn't work out or just came out very long ago, like Kingdom Hearts or FF8 remaster and all that, and that other people play and enjoy, and hopefully mimic some bugs from Xbox like that. So
Mhm.
that's how I think the AAA people are treating Game Pass right now, like this. Um, yeah, they just probably put it as a second thought or like a ongoing income after the initial sales has like go down. And yep, that's how I think last AAA. Like you said, indie people would definitely love to have the exposure, and
Yeah.
especially when Xbox already gave them some money that can help them uh produce their next game or something. And yeah, it's like a two in the game development world. It's a double-edged sword, lah. Depending on how you see it, depending on where your business stands.
Okay, cool. So I think the ultimate question is right. Which one do you think is better at the moment? Okay, I want to be fair. All right, let's just apple to apple lah for now lah. Huh? We gotta compare between. We gotta put our PC Game Pass Malaysia version out of the equation first. All right.
Oh, damn it.
All right. Apple to apple, please.
Yeah.
So we gotta compare between the international version, the US version. Let's just put US version of Game Pass to compete versus the Sony's new plans. So I have it right here. All right, we just not already tell you like the how much is it cost for the PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Essential, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus Extra is 44 ringgit per month. All right,
Yeah.
you get to
Yeah, 44
access
ringgit.
you get to access
Yep.
PS4 and PS5 games. All right, PlayStation Plus Deluxe 50 ringgit. PS4, PS5 games plus 1, 2, and PSP. All right, let's just count the Game Pass version subscription stuff lah. On the international side for Game Pass, it's, let's just convert lah. 42 ringgit. 42 ringgit. All right, that's the baseline.
PC or Xbox?
I'm talking about Microsoft Xbox 42 ringgit versus 44.
Okay.
Right? But Xbox also got Ultimate, which you can play on PC and Xbox. That is like 63 ringgit.
Yes.
All right. So which one do you think is better? 42?
When you put it that way, I think PlayStation would be better because they have the yearly plan also. Xbox forces you to pay monthly unless you have like a quota for your plan. But for me, the PlayStation seems, when you compare it to international Xbox Game Pass, then PlayStation One seems even better because um yeah, it's localized prices. Not okay. Let's not talk about the localized price. Talk about what's
Yeah,
inside.
you cannot do that.
Yeah.
You get PSP, PS2, PS1. There's already like all your childhood games in there that you probably haven't played in a while. Will play it again. And catalog of PS4 and PS5 over 400 games. That's on par with international Xbox Game Pass level already. Not including all the retro games that I mentioned just now, the PS1, PS2 ones. That is something that the Xbox Game Pass International is kind of lacking because they really have a lot of original Xbox games on that platform. So if you want your fix of childhood, yeah, I think PlayStation Plus Premium or Deluxe would be the one you would go for. Plus, you have all the other current PS4, PS5 games. So yeah, I think PlayStation wins when it comes to international waters. They would win this.
But as
Alright.
a let me just throw a bone in, right? As a
Yeah.
PC gamer,
Okay.
right? Which one would be better? Because if you PC gamer, right, like for PlayStation, right, you have very little choices. I would
Very
say
little choices,
no.
yeah.
As okay, let's say as a Malaysian gamer, right, for PC you pretty much don't get anything, right? Am I saying that right?
You don't get anything. Yes, you don't get anything.
Yeah, there's no
Unless you
PC
subscribe
version
to the
of
PC, unless you subscribe to the PC Game Pass, then. But then that's also a hassle to get into. I mean, Harry, you will understand, right? Trying to get the international PC Game Pass to work on your laptop. A lot of region changing for us. For the PlayStation One, you just buy a PlayStation here. No matter what region, you can just make an account in Malaysia. You can get it already.
Yeah.
But yes, PlayStation side, you won't get any PlayStation games unless it's already ported to PC lah, into your PC with PC Game Pass. So yeah, PC gamers who doesn't own a PlayStation would definitely luck out on the PlayStation plan lah,
Yep.
and would have to go for the PC Game Pass
Yeah.
plan.
Microsoft definitely has a much better plan when it comes to overall, let's just put it this way,
Yeah.
to be inclusive of PC players, right? So yeah, I mean, let's just say that's comparing international prices, packages, but if you want to put in our local Malaysia one, obviously there's no competition. PC Game Pass for Xbox, PC Game Pass in Malaysia definitely is the much better value, I would say,
Yeah,
because you even
definitely.
include like EA games. You ever actually even include EA games, so that's
Oh, yeah,
interesting.
man.
Yep, EA games as well.
Play for Ubisoft. Ubisoft already started putting their games as well. And then Bethesda. You're gonna have Blizzard games as well when it comes out. And yeah, Overwatch 2 will definitely come out day one on Game Pass. You can play Overwatch 2 for 15 ringgit, guys. Can you believe that? When it comes out. Oh, Diablo 4
Feels like a dream. Yeah, it really feels like a dream.
for PC. You play on PC Game Pass. 15 ringgit, dude. Diablo 4. I can see like that sales gonna skyrocket here in Malaysia because a lot of people like Diablo here.
Mm-hmm.
They have a cult.
Yep.
No pun intended, but they have a cult following here in Malaysia. and yeah, that PC Game Pass will definitely be will let a lot of people relive their Diablo days easily without paying 200 ringgit plus. That's 50 ringgit. So PC Game Pass definitely wins here in Malaysia lah.
All right, guys. That's our thoughts on a PlayStation. Wow. Okay, let me just say right.
The debate.
PlayStation Plus. Sorry, that's long technical names. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next topic. Let's try to speed things
Hold
up.
on, guys. I need to exit here and enter my phone battery is about to die, so I gotta
All
enter
right,
my
cool.
iPad
No
right now.
problem.
I'll be
No
right back.
problem.
I'll be right back.
All right, cool. I'll just say what I need to say first, lah. So basically, next we'll talk about the sequel of Breath of the Wild, right? So it was just confirmed that it's got delayed until spring 2023. So Reese, I think you're much more you and I and Adri is much more into this topic. But Farhan, feel free to chip in as well if you're interested.
Okay.
All right.
Basically, I want to know is, are you happy? Are you sad? What do you
Well,
think is the reason?
I don't want to go back to Miyamoto's quote again, but yeah, I would just say,
Jesus Christ! Oh
I
my
would just
god!
I would just say that I think whatever Aonuma is doing, he's just giving a chance for Elden Ring and Starfield to of this year lah. Just no, because yeah, no, but honestly, because when I saw the announcement, right, I think they have really put a lot into this game. Uh Initially, of course, we from what the news that we have heard, they released the trailer or Breath of the Wild 2, right? We uh we are with the assumption that they're gonna use all the groundwork that they have done with Breath of the Wild, just mash it up a bit, and then just come up with a slightly different kind of game from Breath of the Wild. But then again, they'll still use those asset that they've prepared, they've delivered for Breath of the Wild. But I guess it that happens with a couple of games. I think Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they have a very short kind of, and while I think Majora's Mask was one of my it's is my favorite game ever made. I think how it's being delivered had some issues in terms of acceptance of the gamers and stuff. If you see the trend, right, usually Zelda game would always had this kind of delay. It's not uncommon that they will delay it to make sure that they can polish the game pretty well. And to be honest, the time frame of the delay isn't that long. I think you're not looking at like a year kind of delay kind of stuff, because we expected to see the game maybe end of this year, but somehow they just push it to like maybe April
Next year, I
2023.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so just like less than 5 months, 6 months kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
but when I saw again the announcement, I do see that they have put a lot into this game, and in a way, uh, I'm really excited to see the end product of this game, because um, Breath of the Wild was huge. I mean, you both in terms of the world itself and the mechanics that the game delivered. Right, you can see. I mean, we have discussed about this multiple times, where how they allow players to uh, get into the mechanics of the game, where the lightning, the water, the weight, the magnet kind of stuff. So everything is very you can communicate with the players and stuff. And that is alone is huge enough, because if you guys notice, even till this date, you would see like a big news, gaming news kind of site like IGN, GameSpot. They're still posting videos about saying 20 more things that you didn't know that you can do with Breath of the Wild. I mean, this game has been almost 6 years, but you still see those kind of output coming in, that surprise a lot of players and stuff. So, and when you're looking at Breath of the Wild 2 taking this much time to develop, I know pandemic might be one of the main reason why they had a lot of delays and stuff, but I would assume that they're taking like 6 years, and this has been the longest delayed I think ever for a Zelda game. So longest development kind of time period.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, I see that they really put a lot of stuff into it. I believe Onuma had, if the game managed to come out this year, I think it still will. While Elden Ring had surprised everyone in the world, I would still think if the game came out this year, I mean, it fully finished this year, it definitely would meet a big challenge to Elden Ring. In fact, as a big fan of Zelda fan, I think they can still overthrow Elden Ring. So that's why I'm been saying that Onuma is just giving some chance to Elden Ring to take the game of the year for this year.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
but you would expect games like God of War to be delayed as well. So I'm not surprised if suddenly Sony will say that God of War is going to be 2023. And I think Horizon Zero, sorry, Forbidden West is a good example because I think while it's not as rushed as a lot of game, but you can see that there's a lot of things that might maybe a bit rushed against. So I think they would want to take a bit more time with God of War, and it's always to see those kind of games that are fully polished kind of game to be available to the players. I know nowadays you have those patches that I mean can easily solve those kind of problem, but I would still look forward to see those initial release of the game being like really polished and stuff. And of course, Master Sword is breakable this time, so Adri gonna love that. Finally, they're gonna break. Yeah.
Sure, sure. I will love it, of course.
Yeah.
All right, Adri,
So
what do you
yeah,
think? Adri, what's your thought?
Uh, to be expected, really, because yeah, same reason as Reese giving Elden Ring a chance. No, I thought development wise they were a lot of things. Yeah, pandemic probably like delaying it even further and whatnot. But like Nintendo before with Animal Crossing, they have like delayed this game to make sure it come out in the perfect form. Animal Crossing came out perfect, even
Yeah,
especially the right time when the wrong things are happening around the
exactly,
world. It came out
exactly.
at the right time and it sold really well. It's still a lot of people playing it without any problems. I don't remember hearing Animal Crossing having a lot of bugs or whatever. There's just a lot of memes and a lot of weird things happening. So that's great lah. So Nintendo. So Nintendo wants to get that success again with Breath of the Wild 2. And I think they will deliver it because seeing all the hype with it
Bro,
and how the how the team Aonuma getting a new hairstyle also
haircut.
it shows that things are changing in the development team over there and they want to
Exactly,
deliver the
exactly.
best one it comes out. And also me and Reese discussed this also, but it might involve a new Switch coming out as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
New
Could be as
Switch,
well.
Hmm.
it's coming like around almost at the same time when the new Switch come out, when the first Switch came out in March, right? March or end of start of April. So they're trying to do that as well with Breath of the Wild to make it like a launch title of sorts. So
Mhm.
that's what we're planning to see lah. And yeah, we'll just we just have to wait and see what they're gonna come
Yes.
out with Breath of the
And, and
Wild.
and to be honest, Pokemon is coming out end of this year, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
what's
think that
coming up?
alone gives some idea that you don't want to compete with those kind of
Titles.
financial,
I
yeah,
think
with a
Yeah.
financial kind of game, right? So yeah,
I think they are quite. If you think about it, right, there's actually quite a good amount of content coming out from the first party wise
yes,
this year
exactly.
already. So it makes sense
It,
for the delay lah, I think. For me it's like same with you guys, it's expected. It's just too much. I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as say that say give chance to Elden Ring lah, but
yes.
um but maybe I was thinking like they did say that they did realize that there's more stuff that they can implement in. So maybe I don't know, like I'm not really familiar with gaming development. Do they like can they like learn from maybe stuff that they played in Forbidden West, stuff that they played in Elden Ring, and then see what's great about those aspects that they can put it in, like maybe more epic bosses, I think that is like
Yeah.
in both Forbidden West and Elden Ring, right? Maybe
Link
much
look Link
more.
look Link looked pretty badass in the trailer too,
Yep.
but dude, very old kind of matured kind of Link. So I would assume, yeah, they can learn that from Elden Ring as well.
Yeah, so kind of hope that they will learn from all the other stuff that recently came out. Like I would definitely would prefer to see we can get to there'll be much more deep explorable dungeons, shrines or whatever it is instead of the usual just puzzles and stuff, right? So like
Yeah.
example, I'm not it's a very different game. Like I'm just use like the Elder Scrolls or any Elder Scrolls Online or Skyrim, whatever it is, right? Like their dungeons are usually quite good. You know, like each of the dungeons has its own story, own little area where it has its own quests. So I kind of want that when it comes to sequel for Breath of the Wild because Zelda has always been very famous for their dungeons. So what if they expand on the weakness of Breath of the Wild, where there's just not a lot of like very old Zelda-ish dungeons. So with puzzles and interesting combat and storylines. So maybe it's those kind of stuff that in Forbidden West and Elden Ring that they can implement in. So maybe I was thinking that maybe the delays because of that. Maybe it's just add on more stuff that they can implement in lah. So everyone is actually okay. Right? Oh, Farhan, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2 then? Have you played the first one?
I can't. I have never played any Zelda games at all.
You should try.
I can't really weigh in. Yeah, but I feel like do they make games on PC or is it specifically on
Ah,
Switch?
no.
Yeah,
That's
for
unfortunate.
Switch, for Nintendo, yeah.
That's the sad part about Nintendo.
It's okay.
They don't do
I might
much.
be able to take my brother's Switch and get a loan for it. Yeah, and try it out. Yeah, for a few months or weeks. Yeah.
You should give
I
it
think
a
it should be
go.
soon.
There's different Zelda games for different kind of people. If you want like the open world one, then the choice is definitely Breath of the Wild.
I think for me, Breath of the Wild, yeah, because I love open world games.
Yeah, so you just definitely should give it a
100%.
try because that game is really special. I think it's a really special
Awesome.
game. Yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah,
I
I
like
think
that.
everyone here is pretty agreed that not surprised that it's delayed. But maybe just take the extra time to implement some cool new stuff. That basically the weakness from the first game, maybe they can just improve on the second one.
What?
What? What?
Well,
Oh
it
shit!
that does give a bit of space to players. I think. I mean, gamers. I think this year is going to be a really good game because you can see a lot of good games coming out. I'm pretty sure. As I mentioned, Pokemon, maybe God of War, and then Forspoken, Starfield. You're gonna see like a lot of good games coming in this year.
A lot of open world games.
Yes, and then you
Damn.
need those breathing kind of space to
Yeah.
yep. I think Starfield alone would be as huge as Skyrim because I think coming from Bethesda, right? So you would expect them to be like really making those like huge kind of game and stuff. So
Is
yeah, good.
is it confirmed that Starfield is it coming up this year or next year?
They said they even put a date.
This year.
On it. It's gonna be like November.
November this year.
2nd.
November 11.
Oh
November
no, he 11th, November 11th. He
11.
put a specific date. Yeah, he put a specific.
Oh,
this is
shit.
the date that the game can come out.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's interesting. That
He
for me,
announced it, like, last year. Yeah.
I always feel that Starfield is like next year or something.
No. He was really serious. He made an announcement, like official announcement. This game is gonna come out on this date, specific this date.
Now I'm skeptical. Like, is the game is gonna be full of bugs?
Best part is probably come out on PC Game Pass day one.
Oh shit! Nice. That was cool.
Dude, the
That's
game
cool.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks
Microsoft owns
amazing.
that. Microsoft owns that.
And is it confirmed that any news that when God of War is gonna come out? Or no, right?
Oh,
Nothing here.
no.
Is it this year or next year?
No news yet. I think. It should be
Supposedly
next
this
year.
year.
lah.
Supposedly this year,
right?
right?
I think they announced it this year, but I think I can expect that to be delayed as well. I think
Yeah.
Next
mentioned
year.
so. Forbidden West, and I think maybe just there's some idea that they may not need to rush, especially knowing that PS5 is like still pretty limited nowadays, right? So I
Mhm.
think
Mm.
it would. Of course, God of War is gonna be like crossover kind of console. You can play it on PS4 as well. But yeah, I would seem they a lot of people wanted to get that for PS5, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that because I kind of want to see like God of War versus fight against Breath of the Wild, like Zelda for
Oh
Game of the
yeah,
Year.
that's
Like,
nice.
is there
Exactly.
such a competition before? No, you're right. We gotta fight that. It's
No,
kind of
never.
like you have to
I
fight
think
When Breath of the Wild came out, it fought Horizon Zero
Horizon
Dawn.
only.
Mhm.
Uh, if Ragnarok were to delay it next year, then it will be another Sony IP'd Breath of the
game.
Wild fight. That
Yeah,
will be an
then we'll
interesting.
see. Because like when you
Yeah.
think about Sony, right, you can't think about God of War. You know, like compared to God of War
Yeah, actually,
versus
yeah.
Yes.
Horizon, right? It's kind of
Mhm.
God of War more, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PS5
So
Uh,
was too new at the time. God of War is synonymous with PlayStation. Like,
Sony. Yeah, with Sony.
oh,
Yeah.
back to PS2, man, and
PS2, yes. Exactly.
dude. Yeah.
yeah,
Those were the
so
days.
it's it's gonna be
let's see
fun.
how. Let's see how. I think as mentioned, let's see how these good games are gonna be entertaining us
Yep,
Yep.
this
yep,
year
yep,
next. Yep.
Like,
yep, yep.
I'm just reading about Starfield and it seems like it's my type of game. So
Oh,
Yeah, I know, I know.
I
yeah.
really got
I love. I think I'm having a lot of expectation of that game. So of course,
yeah, true.
uh, uh
I
Howard
hope
is
it's
always
good.
Tim Howard is always gonna be pretty I say Lancy lah. He
Yeah.
knows he had his
Todd Howard.
yeah. How yeah, Thor Howard gonna be like he always has this kind of beginness about his quality of game, and
Mm.
I believe him. He still can, I think, surprise us in a lot of ways despite we having Elden Ring this year. But yeah, let's see how.
Yep.
I only have one joke for this, Reese. Are you ready for 16 times the details?
Oh,
Are you ready for God rays put at wrong places? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
don't be it's expected. It's expected.
It's expected.
That's the one particular case for 476. But hey, 476 is your Game Pass, man. I actually want to give it a try because I actually love Fallout because of the world. It's kind of like
Mm.
it's kind of
Still
like
there?
I think Fallout was. I think the issue with Fallout, I guess it was rushed. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know you guys, but I feel that it was being rushed. I don't know.
It
Maybe you
was
guys.
rushed.
Yeah, it was rushed. I mean, you can see that they're going like in a different kind of path, slightly different than the normal one. But then I would see they are rushing to push that out as soon as possible. I was pretty surprised to see that game release.
Mm.
For what they wanted it to release.
Mm.
All right, so but yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
I hope
You
that
can try Fallout
Starfield will be
76
careful. Sorry, Adri.
You can try out Fallout 76 on Game Pass right now.
Yep.
I very scared. I scared waste of time and also waste of space. I'm like download and then like delete. Sian. Very lazy. Because it hurts me because I love Fallout games. For me, Fallout is like it's basically the modern post-apocalyptic version of the Elder Scrolls. It's like similar kind of engine.
Yeah.
If you think about it, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. When you play like Fallout 4, you kind of when you play Skyrim, similar because I think it's the same engine. All right, cool. Last topic for today. Basically,
E3.
we got the information that confirmation that the E3 has been cancelled originally for I think for a few months last year. They did say
Yeah.
that the physical person to person event is cancelled, but they did not make it clear that the digital event is cancelled. But just a few days ago, they confirmed that it's completely all just cancelled, gone at everything's gone. So actually, I just want to have a very simple question for you guys, lah, right? I think a lot of us are there when before the age of social media, when the kind of information we get our gaming news, right, is only for that 1 week, or I think 1 or 2 weeks during June when E3 is happening. All the gaming
Yeah.
news just comes out. So basically, with E3 being cancelled, right, do you like, with the social media age, right, do you kind of enjoy the current trends of gaming news, like release in bite size all throughout the year? Or do you kind of prefer the old ways of gaming news, like coming out within a specific time of the year? Like before this age of social media, right, when E3 is still, the thing, right? You wait
Yeah.
for the month of May, June, something like that. You get all your gaming news, and then that's the whole week. Then it's
Yeah,
just
that's
quiet,
yeah.
quiet, 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 quiet.
Yeah,
But right now, right, it's like every every week,
Every few
every
weeks, like,
few
actually,
mo-
yeah, weeks
every
as
few
well, yeah.
days. I don't want to go months lah, but every few days, every few weeks, there's could be something happening.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's not even like like planned one. It's like we don't know. We don't know. There's no teaser, whatever.
Yeah.
There's no date being given.
Yeah.
Right? So which one would you prefer? Do you prefer like the old E3 way, or you prefer the current social media age where it's comes every time? It's just not planned. It's just constant. What do you think?
I'm
Farhan, what do you
gonna
think?
say, I think I like the way how it's going right now, the current way,
Mm-hmm.
because I can always be up to date and I can always search it out. But I just don't feel the same excitement as like getting news from that 1 week in like the whole year, and then you're just like expecting for that week to come.
True, 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 true,
It
true.
differs for everyone. Yeah.
Interesting. Because despite usually E3 is being more console bit focused, right? There is actually a PC gamer kind of convention during that kind of time as well. So I
Yeah.
definitely can feel you. You can get to imagine during that 1 week. It's sort of like a Christmas come early, a birthday come early, whatever it is, right? Where you get to have all the information on your favorite PC games just come in one time. So I definitely get what you're trying to say. What about you, Adri? What do you think?
Well, oh man. Yes, currently E3 kind of losing its steam right now thanks to social media and how game developers decided to announce their thing out of nowhere. I'm looking at you, Nintendo, who started this, I think.
Yeah, actually, I was about to
Sony,
say
Sony,
Nintendo is
Sony
going
pull
to
out
cause
from
this.
E3, Sony pull out from E3, one of the biggest.
That's true, yeah. But if you guys, I don't know, I think Fahad probably won't know this, but back then we had this show called X Play.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Even now there is.
Adam,
There is now.
I mean, even now,
Adam
lah,
Sessler,
but
is it?
it's not the same as
Morgan
the
Webb.
old X-Play. But back then, they would cover E3, right? And that whole week, they will show trailers of
Yes,
latest games that's
yes,
gonna
yes.
come out in the next few months or years after that. Oh man, that was like an explosion of
Yes,
information, an
exactly.
explosion of hype, and I really miss that kind of thing, the old E3 way, because it takes me into like a gamer's high, some sort, like oh, this game, the new Kingdom Hearts. Oh my God, Halo 2. And like, oh my God, there's the new Twilight Princess that I cannot play because I don't have a GameCube, but it's still hype AF. That kind of feeling, like you feel hype for the other people as well. Um, but there's a good side to this one, to the current one we go as well. Like Farhan mentioned, like you can get up to date like in a very short amount of time. Like Nintendo Direct is one of the things, like it's just like 41 minutes at tops, and it's just all the Nintendo games, and it happened in a day or that one night, and then after that silence that gives you time to process
So,
that information, yeah, absorb everything, and then don't let your brain explode, unlike what the E- what the old E3 has been doing to us for the past few years. So yeah lah, and then when game developers do that, it's kind of cool now because everyone can easily get notified if the game developer is announcing something. Like I can get YouTube notification when Nintendo uploaded. I got notified when they uploaded the
yeah,
Breath of the Wild 2 delay, like on my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, yeah.
With technology now, they can just do the thing. They can just upload a YouTube video, and whoever press that bell on that YouTube channel, they can like get notified and get up to date easily. So um, that's a good thing and a bad thing lah. But the good thing is, yeah, we can just process information easily and slowly take our time. And I think be even more patient because if I remember E3, the old E3, I just couldn't wait for Kingdom Hearts 2 to come out. But they had like a year or 2 more years left for it to come out, right? And then that kills me inside. I couldn't focus on my studies for a long time.
Oh my god. Oh
I
shit.
keep I keep thinking about that trailer they just shared, and if XP were to rerun again that episode, I was like, oh, forget homework. I'm gonna watch this again. So it's kind of thing. But now we're in the age of YouTube, we can just play that same trailer over and over again, and then be done with it in a few seconds. That feels kind of relief, but at the same time, I miss that gamer's high where all that information was blasting to your face and all that. And seeing how E3 was last year, it's a big lackluster. They put a lot of social justice warrior stuff lah, and they put a lot of boring stuff to be honest. And most of the stuff have been announced previously already. And the only thing hyped last year was the new Elden Ring trailer.
Oh yeah, but even
So
that, I think that is not. Is that part of that even that is not part of E3, right? Is that part of Jeff Keighley's Summer's Game
you
Fest,
know,
right?
oh yeah, sorry, that was a Jeff Keighley thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, that wasn't
yeah.
part of E3. You see,
So
that's the scary
yes,
part. That's the
E3
sad
was a
part.
bit. That's how I remember it. Holy crap! I thought Jeff Keighley's one was like E3. So it shows you, it proves the point that E3 is already losing steam, and a lot of people are doing better jobs at doing this announcement. So Jeff Keighley already taking over that role with his Game Awards, with his Summerfest, and yeah, goodbye E3. I can feel it's dying, but thankfully a lot of people are replacing it with much better way of announcing games now. So it's a bittersweet farewell for me for E3 this year and probably in the near years coming.
What about you? What about you, Reese? What do you think? Which one would you prefer?
Uh, well, I had an opportunity to go for E3 like a couple of years ago.
Oh
Ooh,
wow!
cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember which
But
year?
then I think it was back in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot.
2013.
2013.
Oh, the good times, isn't it?
13.
This
Yeah.
is-
Well, that E3 wasn't it was good, but I didn't I think I had to I had to skip that trip or skip but I couldn't make it lah. So technically, but I thought E3 was focusing a lot on those compared to what's happening right now, right? So E3, one of the main attraction of E3 because you have those like game trials. Yeah, you can go and play some of the game, and you queue up with I think the developer kind of section where you can test this game, try that game. Nowadays
Yeah,
you're not able to do that because you're just gonna be
Yeah.
presented with what games are coming in and stuff, and you
yeah,
don't really have the capability to try those game out, right? So I think that was one of the main attraction of E3. As you guys have mentioned as well, I think it does seems that if they want to make it still relevant, they need to deliver some things that can be I think beneficial to either developers and the consumer as well. So from what I've heard, they are dropping the E3 this year because they want to focus on a physical kind of E3 next year or something like that. But I'm not sure
Mm.
yeah.
whether these are really something that uh, will drive them to push those kind of things, because as you guys mentioned, nowadays each developer, they're having their own kind of place to show this kind of details and stuff. I think
Yeah.
Sony pulling out from E3 just give a signal that it's not as beneficial as it is for Sony anymore, so that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're doing it on their own right now. And then Nintendo have their own direct and stuff, and I think it does seems that we may not need this kind of programs anymore in the future. But I
Yeah.
don't know. Personally, I think whatever that's been happening right now is good enough.
Yep.
I'm accepting it as it is, because we as a
Mhm.
Malaysian, we don't really get a lot of chance to really physically feel E3 and stuff, right? So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
we in yeah. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
I we call. I'm not sure, Adri, you know or not. I think we locally we do have some gaming fests that like some local ministries they do. I'm not sure are you
Mhm.
aware of it or not, but I do
Yeah,
know that
but
there's something like that. Yeah, I don't
I
remember the
went
name already.
I went to the event multiple times. It's called Level Up
Ah,
KL.
yeah. Level up. Correct. I
The last one
remember.
was
Huh?
the last one was before the pandemic at KLCC.
Was it fun? How was it?
It was fun. Well, I get to meet my peers and all that lah, because I'm in the industry. But I get to play all the. It's not just KL, Malaysia games, but all the South Asian region like Philippines and
Nice.
I got to play some people. I get to play a really good fighting game from a Filipino developer. I'm just don't know what happened to that game now, but it was really fun, and I get to know the developer. And some of the developers come over and then they like talk to you directly. You can talk to them directly and then give feedback on their game, and then it will impact it in a big way or a small way. But it was nice to see all of them and talk about the industry and all that. So it's compared to E3. E3 is more like you play a game or trial, and if you talk to the developer or whatever, it might not impact so much because it's so high in corporate E3, right? But this one, since Level Up is more indie because yeah, you don't have like EA or whatever. It's just one or two developers from an indie game studio from all over Southeast Asia. So you help out a lot in a big way. So I feel like Level Up KL is like a more hands-on approach to game development. Even though you're not a game dev, you can like still help out in a way without using money or Kickstarter or whatever. So yeah, it's like that lah. And it was
Uh,
fun playing and all that.
in terms of visitors, right? Is it mostly industry people, or is there like outsider gamers like us?
Oh yeah, outside gamers can join in. Outside people can join in and try the games. Yeah.
I guess
So
I.
it's
Right, guys.
Mhm.
All right,
I
recess gotta go.
I gotta go. So
Mhm.
nice, really nice having a side. I think was excited to challenge Adri on his training game kind of question, but I guess uh like what Anuma did for Elden Ring, I'm just giving him a chance this week.
wow.
All right, no
All right.
worries. We'll see you next week. We'll
See
see
you
you
I'll
next
next
see you
week.
next week, Reese. Thank you so
You
much.
fought me
Bye,
for your best
Reese.
time. What
Bye
you got,
bye.
Reese?
Bye, Reese.
All right. Okay. So let me just quickly just talk about E3. I still think that it's very important when it comes to the person-to-person interaction. I'm talking specifically about the between developers, lah, right? Because I feel that E3 things like this, right, is very good for networking. Like let's say
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about gamers lah, like mainly for networking. So I think like if you're like a Capcom, if you're like a Square Enix, right, that's easy for you. But then
Yeah.
a lot of developers actually they like spend a lot of indie developers that actually spend a lot of money just to get their crew to E3, just to meet like the
Yeah.
different publishers. Like let's say they need like a Square Enix or whatever. Hey, come and check out our game lah. You know, this game is good. We have a playable demo, so just give it a chance, have a look. And then I think it's more of a, I think the reason why I hope that it still continue, maybe not in a more open fashion, like not like for gamers, but mainly just for industry. Because
The
E3 used to
people
be
who
just
play
for
the games.
industry people, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. First few years.
yeah, it used to
Okay,
be like
okay.
not very open to people. It used to be like just for internal people and media especially. So the only way you can actually
Alright.
get information or associate only through the media. It's only like
Yeah.
I think it's because E3 the organizers started to get greedy. They want to sell tickets. Then they bring it in, and then and it end up like the media also got congested. People like spend like half a day or full day just to line up and play a game for like 5-10 minutes, and then got them ready. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel that it's very important, like maybe just for industry people or maybe for some influencers or media, just to be there and then to give feedback, because at least you still need some feedback. Because the problem with the problem I feel like with all the state of play or Nintendo Direct, right, is there's just no way we can tell how good is the game, right? Like regardless how good the Nintendo Direct is, how good the Kirby game looks like, right? There may still have problems, isn't it? So we still need, in a way, some playable trial demo, whatever it is, to for that to happen. So I don't know if E3 do a digital event and then they release the demo of each game actually works or not, because that actually takes up, I think Adri knows when you need to work out a demo for a certain game, it actually takes up some time also, right? You're not just slicing out a piece of cake for let people to play. You have to like tailor a specific demo, a specific build for people to play. So there's a lot of things to worry about. Plus, when you give that slice of cake, people can already analyze what is the ingredient and stuff already, right? So what may be like some spoilery stuff, some data mining stuff, right? That could work also. So that is always an issue, lah. So, but overall, I feel like I'm okay with the current way, because it's not like people are not gaming news are not gathered within specific time. Like Nintendo Direct, despite it not being in E3, they always, you should know that there's always one on January, February. You know there's one on June. You know there's one on September. So during that time, you will be more, at least you'll have something to get excited about lah. Instead of, like sometimes some small indie developers, right? They will like suddenly just announce stuff that we don't even know. They kind of need like a certain gaming news channel to tell you that so actually this thing happened during this kind of time. So, but of course, I kind of hope that maybe Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, right? Maybe all the gaming news, right, will be feeded through these publishers instead of like randomly just put on Twitter. But of course, some indie developers, they don't have money lah. So. Because if you want them to be, I'm pretty sure that if you want to be part of State of Play, you want to be part of Nintendo Direct, I think you have to pay. So I'm not sure. You kind of have to pay, so no choice lah. All right, so I guess I think we will end the podcast with a simple guessing game. We want to do that?
Sure thing. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We this week we'll have Adri do it, although we just was 3. But you don't make it easy for us, sir. All right, cool. So Fahad, you're aware of how this plays, right? We both have to discuss.
This is the first time I'm here.
All right, so basically, right, for elderly of the viewers, basically, Adri will have a game in mind, all right, that he knows very well, huh? Don't give out information, huh? Basically, we have to guess. We have up to 20 questions max. 20 question max to try to narrow it down to what game is that. So it could be like I think I made a bad example of sometimes I put like a very specific games, so like some of them even numbered, so I made a bad example there. I don't know whether if Adri is gonna do that or not, but we need to make sure that we try to narrow it down as much as we can, so that we know we can guess it within 20 questions. So is everyone ready? Adri, you know lah. Of course you know the game.
I'll try my best.
Alright, we need to discuss internally. But we have to discuss before and make sure that we ask the question.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go.
Good first question.
Alright, come, Farhan. Let's what kind of question you want to ask him first? We gotta try to narrow it down as much as we can.
So there's a lot of things I want to ask.
Jeez.
I don't want to waste the 20 questions. Okay. Is it like multiplayer type or like single player type? I guess.
Oh, that was a good one.
It has to be yes or no. Oh yeah, but you can choose which.
Yeah, you have to pick one question, yes or no. You can't like single player or multiplayer. You have to ask like, is this game single player?
Okay.
Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Go, which one?
Alright. Okay. Is this game single player?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. Okay. Okay. You go ahead, Harry.
Okay. Okay, so it's a single player game. Oh, you have to write down. Have to write down. God damn it. I'm not making the same mistake anymore. Single player. Alright, cool. Okay, single player, wow, it's quite hard. Is this game yes or no, right? Is this game built from a team in Japan? Yes or no?
No. No.
Okay, so it's a Western game.
Okay.
It's a
Western game. Okay.
Western game. Western developer.
Yeah.
What about you, Rahan? Come on.
Uh,
Try to narrow it down
what to
more.
ask? Okay.
And 2 questions already.
Okay. What do you single player games usually have? So do you have like, fight scenes,
Genres here. You.
weapons? Yeah. What else? Is it okay? Is it in a futuristic setting?
You going for that question?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
going
sure.
for
Go
that
ahead.
question. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. No.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's
Present or medieval, right? Present or past?
present or past? Yeah.
Present or past? Okay, cool.
I can say yes or no to that.
I mean, no, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Okay. Okay, then my question. Wow. Okay. I know already.
Okay, come on, guys.
All right, cool. Let me try to narrow it down more. Is this game fairly recent? I think that can be yes or no, right?
Yes, that can be yes or no.
Fairly recent. How? What do you think is fairly recent?
In 5 years, I guess.
Yeah, in 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Came
Yes. Okay.
out
fairly recent.
within 5 years. We're trying to be a bit more systematic when it comes to things like this.
Okay. I got a question for you.
Okay, let's go.
Are you a fantasy hero?
Oh,
Wait, is it? You mean the game? Is it? You mean the game? Is
No,
it?
like what are you playing as? Like
Oh, okay.
fantasy or like
Okay.
like history? Or, yeah.
fantasy hero. That was Farhan's question.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, not
No.
fantasy.
So
Not
it's gotta be a
fantasy.
little bit realistic, not fantasy. Okay.
Good question.
Not fantasy based. Oh,
So, like,
interesting.
5 questions down.
Skyrim's out the door.
Yeah, Skyrim's out the
Um,
door. Magic's out the door, right? Magic's out the door,
Magic's
right?
out the door. Yeah, Magic's out the door.
So it's very realistic. Quite hard also because there are a lot of like very like past medieval stuff that's like not fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can see things like okay, like Age of Empires, let's just say Age of Empires, right? It's like, you know, it's not fantasy, it's like real stuff.
It's true medieval times. Right?
Yeah.
I would
So
say
it's
yeah.
medieval, and it's either medieval or present, right?
Present,
Medieval or
yeah.
present. Okay, let's see.
5 questions down, guys.
Yep. Hard because Western is hard. Western is hard.
Yeah.
Western is hard. Okay, I'll just try to see if I can try to narrow it down based on the not fantasy one, right?
Okay.
Because we know that it's not fantasy really. So it's either you use you know, like sword or guns, right?
Swords. Yeah.
Okay, so my question is does this game has modern gunfire, gun weapons? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Oh shit. There was even more.
Yeah. Okay, modern gun weapons. What I can think of single player games could be Battlefield, the old
Yeah.
ones. Call of Duty. There's Call of Duty as well.
But he specifically mentioned single player, right?
Yeah, specifically single. But I mean, Call of Duty do have single player. Oh, I mean, yeah, but they do have multiplayer as well. Okay.
Did we make
I'm
it?
waiting.
Did we make it very clear? Did we make sure our very first question is very clear? Like is this game exclusively
Yeah,
only
it's
single player
exclusively
exclusively?
One of
Because
the
if you say it's exclusively only single player, right, then there are a lot of like Call of Duty or Battlefield all cannot really.
Yeah.
So Adri, our first question is not that, right?
Exclusively single player.
Wait, you
Yeah.
going for it? You for it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
let's go.
I
Let's
think
go.
that's the
Let's go.
question,
Yeah.
Okay, is it exclusively single player?
Yeah, there's no multiplayer element one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Exclusively?
Yes,
Shit,
okay.
really?
Exclusively what?
Okay, update our very first characteristic already. Exclusively.
Yeah.
Exclusively single player. Oh, that's hard. That's hard because these days most of the gun games are like
Multiplayer.
yeah, multiplayer. There's a multiplayer element to it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. No, this is hard. At first I thought we narrowed it down already. Now it's just hard to find a game that's okay, I think we need to. Okay, how many questions already?
13 more to go.
13 more. And I also did mention this modern gun, right? Modern gun.
Modern gun, yeah.
Nice to mention that. Yeah.
So it's not like games like Gunslinger, like Gunslinger.
Not
It's
like,
not like
Red Dead Redemption.
yeah, it's not like Red Dead Redemption. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to mention that as well.
So it should be about like this time, right?
Yeah, there's like machine guns kind of stuff lah. There's like machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
So hard, huh? It's not,
Fun, man.
we just realized that there's not a lot of shooters that wow, okay. Someone is fairly recent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Came out within 5 years. Okay, let's see. Not fantasy also. Okay. Let me ask a question. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Is this game? Does the setting, the world in this game, right? Is it happening on Earth or outer space? I think that's fair to ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good question.
Which way went out?
Oh, sorry. Is this game? Sorry, is this game happening exclusively on Earth?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I got a question. Is it a part? Is it a part of a series?
Oh yeah, that was good.
Series. Oh, okay. How do I answer this?
Oh shit.
It's like, no. Yes, that's it.
Um, currently, no.
Currently, no.
Currently, no.
Okay.
So it's one game,
Yeah.
only one entry. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm being generous there.
One entry.
Really on Earth, not part of a series. Okay.
It's not fantasy though. That's hard.
Yeah. What the hell?
Because if it's not fantasy, I would. If it's fantasy, I can say games like Returnal, stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's like Risk of Rain. That's like fantasy based, but okay. Okay. Let me.
And more
Okay,
questions.
we know it's shooter already, right? Is this a first-person shooter game?
Mm-mm.
Exclusive? No. Okay, cool. Not first person.
Okay, so it's not FPS lah.
If not, it's not FPS,
So
but
it's-
it could be third person. It could be third person, right?
Good. Is it third person, Andrew?
Hey, cannot. We know already. If it's not first person. Actually, also no, really, not really. Also, you're right because it could be a side scroller, right? It could be a side scroller.
So I think I'm gonna go with that question, Andrew.
Yeah, like,
Is
go
it
ahead.
third person?
Is it a third person?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, third person.
Oh, so hard. This is hard.
Dude, what kind of game is this, man? Single player game, present.
It's
Very
realistic some more.
different.
It's not fantasy based. It's realistic.
Yeah, it's realistic.
Okay, let's try to.
Boy, this is fun, man. I want to do this next week also.
I'll reserve a place for you. Yeah, this is hard because it is very specific.
Yeah.
There's no fantasy.
Which is what?
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's the
yeah.
first entry.
That should give you a lot of clue, actually.
Well, this isn't clear to us.
Man, that's actually a lot of third-person shooter games, but even I don't know that.
No, I don't know one that's specifically single player game.
Yeah, specifically single player, and it came out within the last 5
Um,
years. That should not be a lot, right?
there should not. There should be only 3 at most.
Yeah.
Is it famous, Andre?
Are you going for
Hey,
that?
that's subjective, right? That's very
I
subjective.
mean, based on sales, lah. Based on sales. I guess if it's famous, then I guess so. Yeah.
Yes, very famous.
Oh, very famous.
Okay, very famous. Okay,
Give me some
okay.
hints. Help me out.
Very famous. Very famous, huh?
I think.
Oh, wait.
around-
I think we can ask, right? Farhan. Do you want to ask, like,
Yeah.
is it like a very very stealth-based game,
Oh,
or is
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
sure.
it's like just keep all out mayhem, it's thing like that, right?
Yeah,
I think we
sure.
know it down. No, Adri, which is the game very stealth-based?
Ooh, man. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a shooter.
Can I say sometimes?
Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes stealth-based. Sometimes stealth. Damn, it's
That's a
hard.
special one. I cannot say yes or no on that part. I have to say sometimes for this game.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
So it can't be. It can't be Tom Clancy.
It can't be Hitman. It can't be Hitman.
Hitman can't be Doom as well because it's
It's the first person.
franchised. Yeah.
It can't be like yeah.
It can't be Borderlands as well. God
Yeah.
damn.
That is hard. That is hard.
At the 15th question, I'll give you some hints lah.
Jesus Christ. Terrible. It says famous some more, leh. It says famous some more.
Yeah.
Very famous, man. Very famous.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute. But it's fantasy. It's not fantasy. Not fantasy. That's a problem. Not fantasy is a problem.
What are you thinking of? What are you thinking of? Harry?
At first, I thought it's Fortnite. But Fortnite is fantasy.
Fantasy is considered fantasy. Yeah.
Because Fortnite is third person.
plus it's online.
It's,
right?
it's online. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
God damn, bro. Andy is so freaking happy.
Yeah, you think
really
I'm terrible.
Help you guys. We want to help you guys, but wait until your 15th question.
It's hard. Okay, what else have we not asked? It's a third person. Not fantasy based. Came out within 5 years. It's made by a Western dev and uses modern guns, exclusively single player. Huh. Very famous some more. Happening on Earth.
No, because all the famous ones I know are like part of a series.
Yeah, but he said it's like a first one, right? Sort of like a first one, right?
Yeah, it's the first one. So I'm just...
But first one is like Returnal, right? But Returnal is fantasy.
Fantasy, definitely. Yeah.
Because there's like
I know
monsters.
it's not in the present. Yeah, it's not in the present as well.
Huh. Present or past? Wow. Damn, I don't know what else can we narrow down. I don't know what else can we narrow down.
So since there's no magic, we definitely do not have powers, right?
Most likely, right?
Most likely no, right?
Have you asked that question?
You can
Okay,
ask. Go ahead.
Do we have powers, Adri?
Yes.
You have
Controller.
powers?
Controller what?
Is it? Wait, what's the name of that game? It's control, but
Control.
yeah, that's
That's
definitely
fantasy.
no.
That's fantasy.
That's fantasy. So
So
we have powers, but not magic. What the? We have powers.
Andrew, do you give wrong info or not? Do you give wrong info or not?
No, I give correct. How you it's wrong.
Oh wait. Farhan, I know.
Yeah.
Tomb
What is it?
Raider. Is it Tomb Raider? Could it be
But it's
Tomb
part of a
Raider?
series.
But is this a series? Tomb Raider.
Is it Tomb Raider? Adri?
No. You cannot ask that. Ask that, right? That's about it.
Yeah.
Don't even ask that. It's not part of a series, so The Last of Us you can't put into because, in a way, it's fantasy.
Yeah.
You can't put
I would
Mass
say
Effect
so,
too.
yeah.
Mass Effect is it's not stealth. Mass Effect is fantasy. Oh wait a minute. Damn it! How many questions already?
This is 15 questions.
15 already. Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
Okay. We need to ask one more question. We need to ask one more question. Fantasy. Should we ask? Does this game has zombies? Is zombie fantasy? I don't think so,
I
right?
don't know. They could be real for all I know, bro. But I guess yeah, for now it's fantasy in games. Yeah.
It's good, dude. It's so fun, man.
Yeah. I need. Damn.
Wait, sorry. Let me ask you guys. Okay, let's turn the tables. What defines fantasy to you guys?
Magic.
Magic. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay,
Yeah.
then my answer is still the same. No.
There's no
No
magic.
magic, right?
Let me basically. Fantasy means that things that don't
Exist.
don't
in
exist
real
lah at the
life, or-
current time lah. Is that not?
Yeah.
Oh, if you put it that way,
Uh huh. Yeah, because
then
I thought so. It's oh.
Oh, okay.
that
That
definition
it
was a bit broad.
is a bit what? Sorry.
That definition of fantasy is a bit broad.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, could it be Returnal then, since it's single player?
But
It's
it's still
still-
on, it's still on Earth.
Still
it's
on
still
Earth
on
though.
Earth. Oh yeah. Fuck.
Hmm.
Wait, are we going for Returnal? Is that
No.
No.
No. Wow. This is hard.
I think if you guys ask one specific question, you can get it.
Okay. Let's. Okay. Fine. Let's try this. Is this a first party game? As in,
Okay.
like, when it comes to first party, right? When we say first party, right, it could be Microsoft, it could be Nintendo, it could be Sony,
Sony,
Right.
okay.
right?
Sure.
Adri,
Yes.
is this a first
Okay.
party game?
Yes.
Okay. It's a first party game. That just pretty much remove all lot of third party stuff, right? But it's still not gonna make it
Yeah.
easier, lah.
But yeah.
First party. That means
Okay,
like
this is your 15
yeah.
question.
You
I'm
just
gonna
give
go
us
for-
what else? What else can you give us?
Okay. The modern gunfire part, your character doesn't use it.
Modern gunfire part character doesn't use it. Okay.
So what the our character do? Use samurai swords?
I mean, I already said he has power. Oh, I already said the character has powers.
The character has powers,
So
but he don't use the
it's
gun.
a he. So it's a he.
No,
And
he day.
so he has powers.
It's
So
a
we
third
have
person role.
powers.
Third person, no. Third person. People use guns, but he or she don't use. Oh, who doesn't? At first, I want to say Ghostwire Tokyo, but that's first person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You guys are missing one element, almost one question that regarding the world, the world
What
where
is this
this game
Earth,
is.
right?
yeah,
Is
it's
Earth
Earth,
what?
It's on Earth.
And we did ask it's in the present, right? Harry?
It's either present or past.
In the present or past.
Yeah,
Okay.
not futuristic, not futuristic.
Wait, so should we ask that how's the world's condition like in the game? Is it like a dystopian future or where it's still okay or it's
Yes
like
to no.
Is it modern world or is it post-apocalyptic? Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah.
But we need to be more
Yep.
specific though. Yes or no? Okay, let's just ask her, is it post-apocalyptic?
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah,
sure.
is the world post-apocalyptic?
No.
No. Alright, cool.
So if it's not post-apocalyptic, then it could be futuristic. I
Hold
would
on.
say.
Wait, you going for that one? You
No. I'm talking to Harry, man.
Post-apocalyptic.
I was just guessing about. I'm just
It's
guessing.
hard. This is hard. I want to say Resident Evil, but he already said it's not a
Non-franchise.
series. Not a series.
Let's recap. The single player, not built in Japan, not futuristic, fairly recent, a fantasy hero, has modern gunfire, exclusively single player. Wait, you guys said that 7-1? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earth, not part of series yet.
Not part of a
Oh, wait
series
a second.
yet.
Wait a second.
Oh shit. You give us wrong info already.
Yeah.
Not part of series.
I mean, basically, does it have more than one game now? Like, it's like
Okay,
there's
yeah.
like one, two or three or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay, it is a series. I'm
Shit.
sorry. But whatever you mentioned before this is not correct.
Alright, okay, so it's a series lah. Huh? Alright, cool.
So it's a series, yeah. Okay.
Series. Where's the series? It's a series.
Very, very famous game. Very, very famous game.
Third person, no.
Third person.
Third person. Does it use gun?
Sometimes stealth based. Sometimes, right? Some segments in the game is stealth based. The person have powers. It's a first party game. First party, right? And not post-apocalyptic.
Oh. Wait, let me double check first.
Sure.
Are you guys messaging each other?
Hey, Farhan.
Yeah.
You see lah.
Yeah.
You see whether I agree or not lah. Is it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, okay?
Present day, right?
He has
he
powers.
doesn't use guns, right?
He doesn't use guns, definitely no.
He got powers.
But the people he fight has guns.
Yeah, he has
He
powers.
has
He has
powers.
powers.
Set on Earth itself
Yeah.
is part of a franchise.
But he didn't mention that it's going to be a franchise, right? Because technically there's a Miles Morales also, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. The
Yeah,
only
let's
thing
just
isn't
see.
it
Make sure we
is
don't happen.
because
It's
most of
exclusively
the
single
people-
player. It's exclusively single player.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the enemies also use
They use guns. Yeah, he didn't
Like-
mention right. The main character don't use
They
guns.
do use melee weapons as well, but I'm just nitpicking at this point.
Very
I
famous,
really like
right?
Spider-Man though.
Spider-Man sometimes stealth also. Right? It's not all out
Yeah,
war.
true.
Have powers first party, not post
So
apocalyptic.
yeah, I think I would say so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
Adri, we're gonna say Spider-Man. Yeah, that's our answer.
Agree, for sure.
Yeah,
for
sure.
sure.
Congratulations.
Oh wait, so it's Spider-Man?
It is Marvel.
God damn.
It's so hard, you know, like,
I would have not guessed it though.
Very close. Yeah, 4 questions left. Very close.
yeah, good luck,
Very
good
No,
luck.
cause
It's quite near.
I always thought like Spider-Man was a series. Cause I did play the old Spider-Man games. So that's why I considered it a series. I didn't want to say anything just now.
Those series are not linked to each other. But
Yeah.
the one I'm thinking is just started to be a series. So that's
So
why.
it's your interpretation versus my interpretation, which is a little bit different.
I
Yeah,
think
because me it's like
the one that got you confused is the gunfire because you are guys were talking
Yeah.
about gun.
Yeah. I was wondering like who is the one that got gun but don't use? Superheroes. Superheroes got gun don't use. Unless you say a Winter Soldier. Alright, I think that's pretty fun. I think next round, since Reese was not here, I think we owe Adri one more round to do it. So since he's having fun also.
sure thing, sure thing.
This one is
Alright.
Miles Morales.
So the next one you think about it, the next one I think
Okay.
about it. We need to ask Reese next time. Like, do you think he can ask within 5 questions?
Yeah.
He could have just. If he asked just one question, is this a superhero game? Oh, yeah, that's about it already. There was a lot of superhero game these days. All right, I think that wraps up episode 6 of the TBD Gaming Podcast.
Alright.
It's been
Okay,
fun,
very
guys.
important.
As always, please like, comment, and share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So, as I always mention, there's not a lot of local gaming podcasts in Malaysia, so if you can try to support one, we have been having a lot of fun, so we kind of hope that you will too. So yeah, thank you so much. I want to thank all the cast member today, Adri, Farhan, and Reese that just left. So we'll be back next week, hopefully with a full crew. So yeah, thank you so much, and hope to see you next week. Bye bye.
Alright.